Hello, and welcome back to Fate Extra CCC. Last time we went into the game's interlude, marking basically the halfway point. We're gonna go ahead and go into chapter 5. There are 7 chapters in total, so we are pretty much at the end right now. Not the end, we're past the middle point, essentially. So, yeah, without anything else, how about we get to it, shall we? Chapter 5 Iron Maiden Princess.
女の話をしよう。どうせ食べるのなら丸ごとがいいと女は思った。支配者にして処刑人、調理人にして毒味役、美食を重ねること数百人、堪能、溺愛、泥酔、絶頂。不死だらな食事のつけは頭に生えた異形の角。だがまあ、そう珍しいことでもない。美しい少女を貪るのは人間どもの本能だ。
When I came to, I was in front of the cherry blossom tree. I felt like I spent years in the imaginary number space, but simply being back here relaxes me. Although I never would have dreamed that the day would come that I'd get nostalgic about this old school. Haku, I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Poor Jinako still reeling hell about that. Rin, Rani, and the others are gathered in the schoolyard. I can see the same fatigue in all their faces. It's as if they had escaped from some peril and came back to check up on one another. As if. That's exactly what happened, apparently. I'm sure you also had a rough time, but we're in a pinch ourselves. Julius became BB's stooge and ambushed us. Rani, Sakura, and I were in the school council room, and we were on the verge of death. After that, because Sakura had collapsed, the old school barrier was lifted. And of course, there's more hostile programs in the labyrinth invaded, and NPCs in the school were systematically attacked. I have to give it to him, it was a brilliant blitz strategy, but I guess Julius knew it well, since he led counter-terrorist units on Earth. So that's how it went down. The old school was protected by Sakura. The average hostile program can't enter, and even BB can only affect this by observing the inside. However, the masters Sakura regarded the subjects of the guardianship are different. Julius, a master, returned to the old school, rendered Sakura powerless, and lifted the barrier. He attacked Rain and Rani, and then ushered the hostile programs into the mayhem-afflicted building and to gain control. On BB's command, he commandeered this space in just a few minutes, but still.
Okay.
I know, Julius didn't betray us. He put on the show to trick BB. I get it. We're still alive after all. After he didn't finish us off, I thought, okay, this is an act. Externally, it looked like Sakura and the NPCs were on the verge of death, but the damage they took wasn't fatal. Then Ronnie and I were pushed into the imaginary number space, and everyone else was left in the labyrinth. That's all that happened. Everyone managed to find their way back, and I got here just now. What about you two? We were able to monitor up until Leah was defeated. What happened after that? I explained to Rin the sequence of events up until this point. About Leo and Gawain are gone, about how Julius saved me in his final moments. And also how BB's true goal is to head to the Moon Cell's core. I see. It's a shame what happened to Leo and Julius. Rin's thoughts on the matter end there. No longer do I think that such a thing is cruel. Behind her dispassionate words is sorrow towards two people she deemed as worthy adversaries. Still, I didn't expect her to give no response to BB's motive. Isn't Rin surprised? What about how she's heading to Muncell's core? Well, I'm already thinking that might happen in the end. The absolute worst case scenario I assumed came to be. That's it. It's scary, but it's not surprising. It sounds like Rin has predicted roughly what BB's ultimately had her eyes on. No wonder she's a student council vice president. She's as reliable as a person can be. Now, I didn't think her goal would be something like a world where desires are unleashed. That was one awful future. We can't stand here being gloomy all day. I'll light the fire under everyone's ass and get us reorganized. You get some rest. I don't know what happened to you, but I won't ask. But your internals are all shattered. You're holding up for now, but I can tell you're cobbled together. You're so mangled. I'm impressed you can still think rationally. So listen, go rest. We'll have to be our briefing after you wake up. I'm surprised. Apparently, for someone with Rinner's level of observation, they can easily catch on how wounded my body is. I'm not hurting anymore, but if Rin is telling me I need to rest, then I should rest. For those who are in good health, she says go fight, and for those who must rest, she says go rest. Pointing out the differences is Rin's Tosaka's kindness. Also, yeah, my theory is like we basically survived this whole ordeal with BB because we are essentially a ghost in the machine, right? We aren't alive right now. That's why we survived. That's why we survived in Fate Extra. It's why we survived the traps that could shatter people's minds and stuff like that because we aren't connected to a real body. Told you, hurry up and get you to my room. If Sakura's feeling well, I'd have her give you a medical checkup, but she's getting repairs right now. She can't use the infirmary.
あなたに星の導きを。
It's good you're safe, Miss Haku. I heard what happened from Miss Tosaka. Present Leo's final moments. BB's goal. The problems are piling up. We mustn't lose heart. We'll gather the resources we have left, and with Sakura's aid, the student council will unite to make measures against BB. Until then, please get some rest.
あなたに
Alright, let's see what the other two guys have to say. Go, it's Haku. First of all, I'm happy you're alright. Don't go too overboard. I eavesdropped on your chat with Rin. This is way beyond me, huh? Jinako's gonna be at the janitor's closet. I mean, sorry, but I'll just be dragging you all down. Karna can't fight me more. I've got no power. I won't be like Gato. No matter how much people pep me up, in the end, a snail's a snail, Haku. I can't change my personality that easily. Jinako has graduated from neathood. From now on, I'll be intangible like a ghost. So I don't want you to worry over me. Please treat me like I'm not even here. I mean, that's all I can do. Yeah, Karna's still alive, but like, he's wounded. A bit like Archer and Stay Night. He's still alive, but wounded and can't do jack shit till the very end. But even then. I did it. I was right all along. It takes a genius to know a genius. That's how it is. Now I can survive. This will end without me dying. No, if I pull this off, I can't. Yeah, I was chosen. There's no way I'd lose in the first round. How, Shinami? Sorry about that. Just thinking about some things. Looks like you're doing alright. You insisted on surviving. Again.
Yeah.
So what are you doing, are you all doing? Oh my god. So what are you all going to do now? You were calling it the student council, but Leo and Julius got done in, right? There's no way out of this now, right? All you, Tosaka and Rani can do now is whatever Bibi says. How about accepting and preparing for her recommendation to surrender? You never know. She might spare you if you're lucky. I knew the difference between these plebs and geniuses, but it was really cruel. Woe to the unchosen, guys. Yeah. Anyways, we can just go to our room. There's nothing really going on right now. The instant I got back to my personal room, fatigue hit me. My knees lose their strength, and I started to fall to the floor with a thud.
無茶するでない。
Well, be careful. I'm surprised you suddenly collapsed. You should come rest on this. With Saber supporting my body, I reach the bed. The bedding feels soft, but my ability to think is slowly waning. Before I fall into the tranquil sleep, the battle between Leo and Bibi comes to my mind. Frustratingly, everything about Bibi is overwhelming. Until now, we fought with within fields prepared by the Moon Cells, under fixed rules that applied to our enemies, Elizabeth and Passionate too. Though they were illegally modded to some extent, those who were powerful enemies we faced under the rules. But Bibi's different. At this point, she's becoming one with the system itself. She's a being who made the entire imaginary number space of the far side of the moon her possession. She fused with the Seraph system. Isn't that precisely what we could recognize as God? If that's the case, the very chance of winning in our battles don't exist. I'm sorry. On account of my cowardice, I put this heavy burden on your shoulders. I deserve to be criticized for being a failure as a servant. No way. I raised myself and immediately replied, that's not true. Is that so? Yes, it is so. I knew I was the best servant. However, be quiet now, be quiet for now, and don't get up, is what I mean. Allow me to tend to you. My risen body is forced back into bed. Her face lit up. Saber measured my temperature, and she's singing me some sort of lullaby. Looks like she can't hold back her joy in nursing me. With the way she's acting now, I can't respond to Saber with anything. The cowardly one is me. If I had more knowledge and technique, maybe I'd be thinking of a way to counter BB's skill. As long as our strategy is sound, Saber's victory is assured. I know because she always saves me, despite my inexperience.
なんたることか。
Oh, you can tell, I can tell you want to say it without you saying it. It's actually a bit of a pain for me. But I'm grateful. What am I thinking, getting all timid? It's inevitable that you would rely on me to that degree. If that BB is equivalent to a god, then watch me destroy that god, for the sake of none other than my lovable praetor. Saber empathizes by clenching her fist. I'm glad. The usual arrogant and majestic Saber is back. Now that I have the peace in mind, it seems I can sleep. Yes, we should sleep. So long as you're here, our hopes is yet to collapse. However, there's still one more thing I have to apologize for. I swore to attain victory with you, and I promised to obtain the Holy Grail. That is no longer. Nevertheless, I shall fulfill my final duty. I shall escort you back to the Holy Grail War without fail. That alone is my final. And there we go. I awakened to the twilight, I'm well acquainted with. Maybe Saber's nursing worked. My body feels way lighter now. Baby's motives, the state of the labyrinth, and our present absence. There's a lot of things we need to discuss. Let's head straight to this in council room. There's no songs now. Everything's just depressing. Let's go to my room now. See if Saber's anything new on their mind.
しばしの休息を。
The more fighting there is, the more lives are lost. The same happens on your side. Don't get dragged down too much. Alright, let's just switch up Saber's outfit.
そうだ。きらめく宝石のようであろう。
These are outfits you don't see very often on the servant, so I'm just gonna leave them on, honestly. Although I do like her original design best, it was a good idea to just keep the new designs on. Anyway, let's talk to the NPCs now that the new chapter's gone. I'm so glad. She made it out alright. I really am so glad. Yeah, I don't think she made it out alright. She's just completely gone. What about you? Stop, don't talk to me. We start getting all chummy, people's gonna hone in on me. If that happens, whatever, just don't talk to me anymore, don't. I told you, don't talk to... This can't be happening. Why? Why me? Mistress BB, I'm different. I won't defy you. I'm your loyal NPC, Mistress BB. I won't do anything. I'll do anything. I can feed you as much information as you want. I won't talk to bad about you, anyone ever again. No, no, save me, save me! Whoops. Yeah, that's the second NPC we've killed by just talking to them. Whoops. There's really nothing else to say about that. Everyone's basically gonna be traumatized after all of this. Sorry, I hate to ask, but could you leave me be for a while? Yeah, these basically only have like one line of dialogue right now. Ah, Kishnami, I'm alright. Right. My left side spiritual structure collapsed a bit, but as you can see, I'm fine on the outside. Super lucky to be alive at least. Yep. Basically, she had a stroke. Oh, heck no. So you're okay. Thank goodness. I'm all groggy. I had a bad dream. Getting chased and almost killed left me with a real bad taste in my mouth. Then there's this dude over there. I'll talk to him after everyone here. I'm alive. Am I alive? That was the imaginary number space. She's mad. Bibi's gone mad. Hanging around such lawless space is not sane. Bibi is the worst AI ever. Luckily, you didn't get destroyed for that. Bibi didn't accept our surrender, but she said we didn't. But she said we didn't help her. What does it mean? We've had our run-ins with Bibi since some time in the past. I have any recollection of them. That's something you learn in later in the CCC route. So our surrender to Bibi wasn't accepted. Our prediction was wrong. It's not that she was pathetic towards us. She definitely loathes us from the start. She didn't intend for us to survive. Wow. At this point, there's no hope for us. Let's think about the couple here. I'm alive. That was a dream. What the hell's going on? That's a sort of strange dream. I feel like a B-tier horror flick that won't make for a good first date. Well, at least the guy has his priorities somewhat. Alright. Anyways, what about the sunset guy? Hey, it's you. I've had like a terrible dream. A master in a black coat attacked me, and all the NPCs were knocked out and dropped into a pitch black space. Crazy. That must have been a dream, right? Some dark, scary Sakura was laughing, though I know that girl would never make such an expression. Yeah, that's it. It was a dream. I'll be back soon. I can't stick around a place like this even for one more day. Yeah, some NPCs think it was a dream, some know it happened. Others get deleted. Like that poor girl we just kept talking. Hey, Kasumini.
ほう、そちらも無事だったようだな。相変わらずの強運、いや、悪運と言うべきかな。
Yeah, I guess we have a bit of the devil's luck, huh? Seeing you stand exactly where you always was here in the commissary makes me feel a little relieved. I wonder, how did Kotomini manage to skip Julius's raid?
君には話していなかったが、私は趣味で八極拳をたしなんでいてね。ま、素人の真似事だが。
Yeah, I'm sure a novice would just be able to deflect Julius's attacks. Really? So did you fight Julius?
いや、戦ってはいない。私のスキルを知っていたのか、それとも敵対する理由がないからか。とにかく、彼は手を出してこなかった。少しばかり残念だよ。たまには新脚の一つも打ってみたかったのでね。
Well, that one, Kotomini, with his faint smile, looks like a hellish fiend. A cold sweat runs on my back. It was wise for Julius not to have attacked him.
基本、金で買えないものはないな。
Alright. Time for Fetish Foot.
温めますか?
That is an accessory. Promotes hygiene of the feet by not wearing anything. And other than that, we have the bottle of Raishu and a few other things. Pretty expensive, all things considered. Mystic codes, we have the Dragon Cloak, and quite a few things actually. I didn't buy the Imp's Belt. Yeah, okay, so we have Dragon's Cloak, which is the advancement of the mermaid thing that heals us. Enhancement Spike, which is the movement speed. It's the one that it's pretty good for exploration. Protection Charm. It raises the servant's defense. I already had that one. This one is new. The Staff of Fortitude. Oh no, it's not new. It's the anyway, it's new for now, but it was an extra too. Heal servant's MP. And this one's the other one we already got. So let's go start off by getting this one. Why not? We'll get more money as we go on.
売り上げが出るのならどちらでもいいわけだ。
I'm getting used to seeing Miss Father to me as a clerk. Honestly, I didn't think business was for him at first, but you know, with his scary face. Hey, Tiger, you didn't make it? Oh, hey, Shinami. Teach tried to her very hardest, but alas, I tested that ocean alone. That's why I failed. There's a reason person is drawn as two people supporting each other. Yeah, that would only work in Japanese. So, Shinami, commands the Tiger Quest. In order to escape, I need someone smart to support me. Otherwise, I can't swim all the way across the digital sea. So, Miss Shinami, that's why I'm to look for a smart kid who can support me. Preferably as soon as possible. Teach is counting on you. And that one is the NPC in the first and second year classroom. We'll talk to him later. That was heavy, bro. To database life forms like us, the imaginary number space is like a nightmare. That must be what you humans mean by hell. Please don't bother with other guys. As thick-headed as those NPCs are, they took a huge damage. Good to know that things are still lively here. Huh? What's up? You don't need me for anything anymore, right? The loser's doing her loser thing, minding her own biz over here. So get out, Haku. Or something like that. Bluffing is really tough on me, so the nice thing to do is leave me alone, see? The Steiger quest is actually the easiest one. We don't even need to go to Labyrinth. Just have to pick out the correct NPC. I saw something right before I passed out. Julius went up to Kotomini and... What did they do after? I mean, Kotomine is not even injured. I want to know, but I'm too scared to ask. It's locked? Yeah, we really can't access it. We can only access it in the CCC route. Hakuno, oh thank goodness you're okay. Thanks to my pact to Bibi, Anderson and I made it without being attacked. Have you met with the others? It seems everyone's doing alright. Hey, what about you, Anderson? What do you have to say about all this? Oh, Hakuno. Sorry, I was lost in thoughts. I stopped writing just for a second. The story ending came to me and I said, gosh, the book is cruel. I started hating myself. What, you want to know if I'm alright? Are you worried over me, Hakuno? Don't worry. It'll be a masterpiece to a commoner like you. Once it's finished, I'll have you read it first. And we will only figure that one out in CCC route. Again, Kiara, Sakura, and all of that on Bibi will basically only get expanded upon in the CCC route. The main route we're going right now is basically our servant and Kishinami. And just expanding on what Bibi is going on. Anyway, what's going on with you? Why does it have to be like... Why do that to someone like me? Oh boy, yeah. The one who's trying to cheer up this girl here completely broke down, huh? Oh, it's you. The Holy Grail was a repetitive exchange of lives over the Holy Grail. In these circumstances, Green Management should just surrender to Bibi if we value our lives. Right now, I should be thankful that I'm still here. I'm disappointed that Master Julius raided us, but Bibi didn't show up. The only thing we learned about how repulsive the imaginary number space outside the school is, the far side of the moon stores humanity's malicious data, the kind of place Bibi was gathering her power this whole time. I thought we were formally surrendered. The administrative NPCs might get their authority restored. I was naive. And there's still one dude to talk to. The helpful NPC outside. That damn Bibi. She did this quest to all AIs. Who is she to just ignore our forced surrender? Can't she just do a cost-benefit analysis? You really are the only one who can rely on Hakuno Kishinami. Please delete that mad AI with your own hands. Alright, and the guy we want for the Tiger Quest is right here. It's this dude. My grades? They're the best in my class, that's how I'm configured. Huh? The sea? Miss Fujimura's going diving, what the? She's up to her usual absurdity, I see. Alright, I got it. Can't do anything else. Let me take care of our teacher. And now we talk to her. Oh, did you find someone to support me by any chance? I see. That should be perfect. I don't think we'll have any issues. Thank you, Kishinami. I'll give this to you as a token of my gratitude. I picked it off the digital sea a while back. Tiger style wall ornament 2. Also, this too. It looks like you found the smartest kid around, so I'm treating you. And we got a purifier as well. Alright, now I'm going to borrow this help and retrieve the digital sea. I'll contact you if we make it. Until then, keep reviewing your classwork. And they're both gone. If you get the second floor and they'll go into the... Over here you can see... Oh no, he's still here. What? What are you doing here? Okay, never mind. Maybe it's in the next chapter or the next part. Something like that. And now you can see the all wall ornaments there. A nice little heart mirror. Alright, and let's take a look at what we got for us. Oops. There we go. It basically is just not wearing any socks or anything. Just go bare. I'll keep the stockings on for now, though. Anywho, I think we spent enough time talking to everyone, so let's talk to even more people in the student council, shall we?
Ohayo. よしよし、ちゃんと眠ったみたいね。幾分マシな顔になったわよ。おはようございます。6時間15分。やや余分がありますが、理想的な睡眠時間です。おはようございます。コーヒーをどうぞ。インスタントなレシピですけど、美味しいですよ。
Alright, I'll take your word for it. 3 people have already started stirring within the student council room. Sakura, who I didn't get to see yesterday, looks well. I reply with my own greeting, good morning, and make my usual seat, furnished with coffee. The president's seat is in front of me as empty. The graceful smile that belongs to it has sunk to the bottom of the imaginary number ocean. Still, no, that's exactly why I mustn't lose spirit. Because while his body disintegrated, he said he was passing the torch to me. We have a new map here. Suddenly, I see something that I'm not used to. The screen is displaying something. It's the moon. No, it seems to be Earth. What is this?
それはセブンレイターです。BB が人類の欲望を解放した場合の未来をシミュレートしたものです。もし BB がムーンセル中枢を侵食し行動を開始したらという題目で、その7日後の地球環境を計算中です。さくらの協力でムーンセルのスペックを推量し、その影響力を再現していますので、ほぼ現実に起きる未来とお考えください。
7 days later. It's easy to imagine that the conclusion, it'll crunch won't be anything good. That said, I can't make any sense of this simulation. I must have the courage to ask, what's happening specifically?
分かっている範囲だと、この7日後の時点で人類の 40% がすでに死亡しているわ。
Yeah, that's not good. 40%. Suppose someone had 10 friends, 4 of them would die, or 100 countries getting wiped out the map. It's hard to get the real sense for it, but the total number of deaths would be despairing. I thoroughly reassessing the gravity of our situation.
何度も再計算してみたわ。でも、これが現実よ。加速度的に滅びの未来は確定していく。
Yeah.
そうなれば、私たちが聖杯戦争に勝って得るべき望みも、おのずから意味を失うことになります。責任重大というより一蓮托生ね。私もできるだけお手伝いします。ですから。ええ、分かってるわ。私たちは勝つ。BB を止める。そして聖杯戦争へ戻る。それまで諦めるわけにはいかないの。はい、勝ちましょう。アトラス院の名にかけて我が死より与えられた誇りのもとに。
Everyone has renewed spirits and we're ready to go.
その通りです。私も AI として BB は野放しにはできません。
That's right. Humanity ruined by its own desires, we mustn't bring about the collapse resulting from lives being abandoned.
よし、そうと決まれば行動あるのみよ。具体的な攻略方法の話をするわ。何？状況説明お願い。現在 BB は ムーンセルの 90% を掌握しました。あとは中枢を攻め落とすだけのようです。それに伴い迷宮は18階まで拡張されています。センチネルは不明ですが、おそらく片方はアルターエゴでしょう。
Yeah, you'd think that, wouldn't you? Labyrinth was extended by 6 floors. That must require 2 sentinels, but I can't think of any candidates either. Still, this is how it always is. Whoever our opponent is, we have to crush them. To progress through the labyrinth.
さすが行き当たりばったりのプロ。いい顔してるわ。頼りにしてる。
私からもいいでしょうか。セブンレイターの結果も問題ですが、今後の BB の状態も気になります。ムーンセル中枢に至った彼女は今度はムーンセルと同化するでしょう。これは今までの侵食とは違うものです。ムーンセルほどの観測演算回路と価値観を同じにした時、 BB の思考ルーチンが正常を保てるのか。
That is a good thinking point, Ronnie. If she has that much power, will she just think
た
normally?
とえ保てたとしても人格基準が上書きされることは明白です。月の裏側の支配だけなら彼女は彼女のままで存在できます。ですがムーンセル全てとなると、その最大の問題に彼女が気づいていないはずはないのですが。
何それ？ BB は自滅する可能性が高いってこと？
That would have been a funny ending, really. BB reaches the end and just dies.
今のところは。ですが彼女が始めてしまったプログラムは止まりません。 BB が理解していても状況は同じです。
Yeah, she's going too far now to go back.
どっちにしろムーンセル中枢に行くまでに止めないとまずいってことね。
はい。ですので引き続き迷宮の踏破を。
You know what time it is?
前置きなしの BB チャンネル。
Let the show begin, shall it?
「驚きましたか先輩方？
Not really.
分かっていても防げない約束された勝利の特番 BB チャンネルオンエアです。
Why'd you have to surprise with this if it's already a promised victory? Maybe seems indifferent to how inhumanely she treated me in the imaginary number space and has no intention of chasing her act. Now that's one sealed stage persona. Behind BB, a sink and a stove glisten. It does look like a set. Don't tell me.
あ、見えてます？期待してます？
Also, that's just pink stuff. That doesn't look edible.
そうです。今回のテーマは潰しても飛ばしても食いついてくる貪欲肉食系の先輩を美味しく調理BB3 分クッキング。
Beautiful music is playing. If I recall correctly, this song is, well, just imagine it to be whatever you like. But I don't know if she can even cook. If she has the same model as Sakura, then I would think she has some skills. Yeah, I would think.
要は食についても一加減あるぞ。ありとあらゆる映画を極め美食に飽食を重ねたのが我が帝国だ。
Yeah, of course.
果たしてこの声に肥えた舌をうならせられるかな BB よ。
Well, this is a broadcast. No matter what she serves up, it won't actually be tasted. Well, let's have the staff saber it.
あ、私の料理スキルを疑ってます？
Kinda.
先輩ごときに乙女スキルの心配をされるなんて心外すぎてテンションガタ落ちです。
You probably poison the things you cook, so probably not a good idea to eat it.
そもそも3分クッキングって何ですか？
You just gonna microwave it?
2分でボスエネミーを想像できる私を舐めてるんですか？あまりにテンション下がっちゃったのでメニュー変更。ズバリ昨日の残り物です。
And you know what that means.
それは料理でも何でもない。世の盛り上がった期待をどうしてくれる？
She microwaves her stuff.
なんとでも言っててください。それじゃあレンジでチン。はい、残り物の完成です。
We could probably take the dish out. Huh? Looks empty.
あら、レリートされすぎて縮んじゃったみたいですね。はあ、仕方がありません。お塩に胡椒、それからオリーブオイルをパッパッパッ。
Sprinkles a pinch of seasoning over the empty dish. Then something red started spelling forth. Look who's back.
何するのよマネージャー、いきなりオイルまみれじゃない。
Yep, this is the third time we're gonna fight Elizabeth. We still haven't finished her matrix, so you didn't think it was over, did you? She has a swirling dragon horn, surprisingly long, dragon claws, and heaps of bright red frills on top of it all. That's no doubt about it, the one she fought on the first and second one later. She lost to Hakuto Tsunami twice-ish. Yep, it's Lancer, Elizabeth Bathory.
世のライバルがあの程度で退場とは思ってはいなかったが、お色直しもなしとは虚しいぜランサー。
Indeed.
本当にがっかりですよね。
Well, don't worry about it. In Fate Grand Order, we have like a billion dresses on account of you being in basically all the classes.
私としてもせっかく作った迷宮に使い回しを当てたくはありません。
I think that's basically meta commentary. Just we didn't want to reuse assets, but whatever. We don't want to make a whole new model. Here's Elizabeth again.
けど材料不足じゃお料理できませんし、仕方なく残り物を冷蔵庫から引っ張り出してきたんですけど、くんくん匂いませんか？具体的に言うと負け犬の匂いが。
Yeah, not wrong.
何よ、なんなのよ、みんな揃ってがっかりしちゃって。
Don't be. I actually like Elizabeth. I know some people don't really like her. She can be a bit annoying, but I like her character.
ここは歓喜の鳴き声を上げるところよ。
Oh, I'm chirping, all right. After all, it feels like I've got this one in the bag.
見てなさいコリス、今度こそ私の本領発揮なんだから。はい、小物感ありすぎてがっかりな意思表明ありがとうございました。ですがエリちゃんを迷宮の核にするのはこれが初めて。 SG だって一つもバレてません。
Yep, she is gonna be the sentinel, basically, in the area.
まあ高級フレンチとはいきませんが、頑固職人のこだわりラーメンぐらいの歯ごたえはあると思われます。とりあえずマンネリ感をごまかすために面白いマスターをつけておいたので。
It's generally be one person, really. We've seen everyone in the school already. Only one person is
そ
missing.
っちに期待しておいてくださいね。
An interesting master, huh? Who could that possibly be?
見てからのお楽しみですよ。それじゃあ私もそろそろムーンセルの調理に戻りますね。あとは肉食系同士で楽しくどうぞ。本日はここキッチンスタジオから BB ちゃんのお腹いっぱいクッキングでした。また来週。
And off we go. Yeah, honestly fair. Rin and Ronnie turned their faces away, avoiding eye contact with me. So, hey, I have something to ask of you two.
Huh?
I don't remember anything, got it? I don't know anything about your secrets, okay?
断じて認めません。
Likewise. Therefore, do not dig up what's dead and buried from when we were sentinels. Well, anything that could at least give a hint. Silence. Sorry, ma'am. I feel like quite some time has passed since then. But those two, but to these two, their time as a sentinel is a dark past that must never be mentioned. Let sleeping dogs lie or whatever. I must never talk about stuff like money worship or habit of exposure, ever. Well, we honestly don't know. Sorry we can't be of any more help. You'll just have to collect the CGs the same way you've been doing it. We'll manage somehow. With 3 of us as backup, Truth be told, it hurts to not having Leo here, but we can do it. Right, Ronnie? Sakura?
同意します。
Of course. I promise I'll continue offering you perfect support, Misaku.
バッチリです。
Yes, backing you up may be the only thing I can do, but I'll do the very best I can as well. I don't expect it'll be easy to cover for Leo and Julius, and yet, these girls are certain they'll be fine. We'll be fine.
よし。
Alright then, we'll start preparing too. We've got a ton of tasks to get done. I'd even ask Shinako and Shinji for help. Miss Karagiri at this point. Also, now that you mention it, I've yet to see Shinji Mato around today. Whatever, not like he'll be useful anyways. We've got the most reliable chances of finishing this. Sakura, another cup of coffee? Okay, I'll make one now. I'll add a little more sugar to keep your head from getting overworked. As soon as you're finished preparing, please continue to the 13th floor, to the labyrinth, Miss Haku. I reply understood and rise from my seat. We may be acquainted with our opponent Elizabeth, but the inside of the labyrinth demands caution. We need to shift gears to make our exploration head-on. I suddenly feel my eyes on me, so I lift my head. The three of them are staring at me. Go for it, Haku. Our new president. The new president. It's a bit of an embarrassing position for me to take, and one of great responsibility. Maybe Leo can pull it off, but I know I'm not sure to inspire these members. But that's precisely why I have to move forward. No matter if I'm a coward or if I'm reckless, moving forward is the principle Haku no Shinami sticks to. I turn to face each person to give them a solid nod. And yet the presents are men. Pretty sure that's yeah, it's one of these. Where is it? There we go. Damage stun against skills and noble phantasms. Pretty good, actually. Pretty good stun thing. Pretty good against servants. Anyway, let's switch this up for Shockwave Second Strike. And there we go. Tea mixed with coffee plus sugar and milk. That's an exact order I got from Kotomine. Oh, and the lemon. He'll be in tip-top shape to provide backup on his side. We got new music also, if you didn't hear. It's more, it's different. Really, it reminds me of Persona 3 Portable. After the New Year's, the music changes. Or after summer, or something like that. I know I've been tough recently, but ultimately, you have to go to Labyrinth and get the Sentinels as cheap. That hasn't changed. Give it your best, my new president.
会長
President Shinami, I was wondering over whether I would report this to you or not, but I'll go ahead and just tell you. About the 7th day later we discussed previously, it is not something we programmed. It's a gift Vivi gave to us, and put in the student council room. I suppose this is a way of provoking us. By showing us the future, she'll stir up you and get you to fight her, then make you despair, and sit perfectly in the palm of her hand. Regardless, 7 days later is a trustworthy simulator. There's no sense in not using it. Before these 7 days come to pass, let's do whatever it takes to prevent Vivi from reaching the Moon Cell core. Yeah, same thing. Alright, let's go. There's actually a few things. Now it's the thing there. Let's actually talk to everyone again. Hey, so like, I really like Leo. Have for a long time. I've liked him since the preliminaries. What's so charming about Leo? There's a lot of things. The biggest one is a fair sense of ethics. He deems the NPCs to be perfect tools, unlike those others imperfect masters. Come on, I want you to look at me, just like I'm thinking, Leo, he's worthy of possessing the Holy Grail. So I just kinda ignore her. An error popped up in this girl's mental structure because of the immense number space. She's been normalized by a restoration program, but I'm not sure about it. If this all came back, then she's... I became a bit discouraged too, although I've held on for this long. Sometimes my thoughts just start looping. Go home, eat dinner, take a bath, do homework, send texts, and repeat. Maybe this is a form of self-protection, where one rejects reality. Please come back soon, Leo. Yeah, she's gone at this point. Right, everyone still has the two things. Now the scene with Kiara is gonna play, supposedly. After we cross a certain threshold over there. Just gotta talk to everyone first. I'm still going to head to the labyrinth. Commend you for your bravery, but this will not make Vivi too angry. You humans don't understand just how much of a monster she's become. Frankly, me simply being up and about like this is scary. Being up so absorbed is no joke. Finishing my role and getting reset would make for a much more wholesome cyber death. Still, she'd be trying to accomplish spending all that memory on herself. If self-preservation is the goal, I think she's well declared at this point. I'm beat. I can't really stay conscious. I'm hungry. Sacrament. Old man. Mafu tofu. Maybe it's a demon. A demon, I tell you. This is being kicked while they're down. And this might be the end for me. Without my Mr. Codes, it's better to change equipment according to the situation. From the main menu, please select Equip. X button to equip, triangle to unequip, and the square button to switch between item effects and descriptions. Phew, I really spent a lot today. Who would else commit? Be it my friend? My friend. Wait a sec. Since when were you and I friends? Yeah, sorry for the weird stuff I said. Ever since I had that dream, I've been off my rocker. Just forget about it. Alright, time for the Kiara scene. No? Maybe it's after the labyrinth. Probably. I know it's in this area. Mankind is going to destroy itself. Sure, we can't just ignore that, but what can we possibly do about it? She controls half of the moon cell, which means she controls half of the solar system, you know. No matter what we do, nothing will change. From BB's point of view, we're like specks of dust. We're just such small players, so tiny we all get blown away. You're fools for denying the fight, BB. Fine, I won't expect anything from you all. Your chances of turning things around are less than 1%. So even servants can become sentinels. How long is this mess going to continue? Sorry, you don't need to hear everything from me. I'll probably just go home pessimistic spiel. Just go on some pessimistic spiel if I start talking. No sense in making your building somber mood worse. Consider this the best resistance and powerless management NPC can put up. So the student council still at it. You're real go-getters. Despite all this, we can script together a motivation to act. But I finally understand how humans manage to preserve your place on the top primate. Though the reason is a discrepancy we can't understand. So even servants can be made into labyrinths. Turning the heroic spirit outfit should be a deviation method only the moon cell could. Previous processing capabilities are catching up to the moon cells, but erasing a servant gives me the impression that something's not quite right. Maybe BB doesn't have the time to spare. No, the reason is very unclear. We're going on our first date this Saturday. My heart's beating so fast even though it's never going to be Saturday, huh? Hold up. Today's it today. What's tomorrow? Yo, what's going on, Kishinami? What? I'm an NPC? This is cyberspace. What are you talking about? Bring that back up now. I'll probably all start coming back to me if we start to hear about it. We're in a crisis here. What's the harm in letting ourselves forget an NPC and all that? Once it's tomorrow, everything will go back to normal, won't it? But what was the normal world like again? Why were we here, laughing again? Please don't talk to me. I'm about to snap, but it's like everything I've believed in is going to collapse. Please leave me alone. Even if it turns out to be boring, I have a date tomorrow. Yeah, these guys are not good. At all. The poor NPCs here. Hey buddy, have you felt like you've lived, have you ever felt like even though you want to go home, you just can't for some reason? I have. I see. I bet everyone has. It's a bit of a relief. I'll be able to go home after a little more time passes, no doubt about it. I'll stay just a little longer. Alright, so the Kiara scene probably shows up after we go into the labyrinth for the first time. Pass by the third year classroom. Yeah. I was wondering if maybe Katsumine has been waiting this entire time for a good chance to rebel against BB. With all the power he's stored up, he'll blast BB in one go, right? Doesn't it feel like it'll happen? The problem though, when is Katsumine going to get serious? I've been waiting here for a while, ready if that moment comes. Yeah, this isn't stay night, he's not gonna do much. Huh? You want to know why I sit in this corner? Well, there's no particular reason, but being in the corner is less stressful than being in the center, isn't it?
愚問だな。
Just staying all the way back here so the healthy boys and girls will notice her. Even this woman knows about right place and time.
何事ですか？
Huh? Oh, how can I? Sorry. Okay, it's the same stuff. Same thing. Okay. Let's see if this thing's still here. Ah, there it is. At least we still have this. Fairy tales and picture books line the shelf. Oh yeah, I remember that I'm the middle of Gary Anderson's Matrix. What shall we read this time? We guys wondering upon the little match girl. It's Anderson's masterpiece, if I recall correctly. A very depressing story, but then again, most of Anderson's works were. The night of New Year's Eve, snow fell over the cold street. A poor little girl was off barefoot, selling matches. Since it was so cold, the little girl struck the matches. In doing so, a warm stove, a feast, and a lavish Christmas tree shone over each flame, and then thence faded away. In the final flame appeared her beloved grandma, who embraced the little girl. The little girl smiled, then she froze to death. The tale continues to be adored all throughout the world, despite being such a bad end. There's something about this writer that this complex personality puts this little girl's death that definitely touched somebody's heart. This really is amazing, Anderson. Feeling kind of impressed, I borrowed the little match girl. Maybe if I use this as a conversation starter, he'll tell me more old stories about himself. We're dead and his cellmates. It's beyond us now. But maybe there isn't anything we could do against a rogue advanced AI to begin with. I'm still wondering about if there's anything at all we could do, but I know it won't be easy. Yeah? Ah, you're talking to me. I'm very sorry, I've lost confidence in my own opinions. Maybe I've given up. Oh, words work. Assuming the Holy Grail is more. I wonder if I could make the same kind of choices she made. No, she's just broken at this point. You're asking me if I can even regain self-control. What if I could, but I fear I've lost the means. I was attacked by Julius and tossed into the imaginary number space. After, I was attacked by a shapeshifter. I'm not an advanced AI, but I'm a fairly capable NPC. That may be why BB tried to turn me into memory. I was so scared I couldn't move. The other NPCs didn't come to help despite that. This girl alone. I'm safe thanks to her, but no normal student NPC can be expected to withstand information corrosion like that. That's the whole story. I'll be cooperating with the student council. I'm mailing my resources to them as you speak. Hey Yuki, can you hear me? Answer if you can hear. Actually, no. Doesn't need to force yourself. Just you being here is enough. Thank you. And I'm sorry. I'll stay here until the very end, okay? And it's kind of a sad, bittersweet story. Yeah, probably this is about my favorite side story of this game. It's sweet and depressing. The moon cells existed alongside the moon endlessly through observing the Earth. Everything from the beginning of life through evolution to the inception of humanity and the dawn of civilization. To infringe upon the moon cell is equivalent to stomping over the all of human history. Liberating humanity is a desire, she says, but Vivi's actions are the ones deserving of death. It's completely unforgivable. So you're interested in learning about the existence that created the moon cell. Unfortunately, we've lost any ways of knowing. After they completed the moon cell, they deleted their own records and left this universe. Well, that's good to know. There's nothing in this little thing, and that's that. Alright. Anderson, anything to add? I'll take out my copy of The Little Match Girl that I got from the library and start talking to Anderson. This book is one of the most famous fairy tales in the world. I have no doubt that bringing this topic up will lighten up even Anderson's scales out his face. Anderson? You really do go out of your way. I didn't think anyone these days really read modern classics anymore. Still, I have nothing to say about that book. The content is as you read it. The ending is as it's written. Has there ever been a greater waste of time? It makes me want to hurl. Hey, how about I tell you about my noble phantasm instead? Anderson? I don't want to hear it, pacifist. I may loathe people, but I treasure my readers. That's why this dope of a voracious leader deserves a fitting reward. Here, take this, Hakuno. It's information about a useless noble phantasm anyways. It is my final lip service to you. actually revealed the matrix of visible fantasm to me. Let's see. The story just for you. Has the power to turn someone into their ideal self. Yeah, that's suited for battle, as you can tell. I positively do not fight. I just sit alone in my room and write stories. No, I don't do much these days. The world has gone to hell, and the pretty mediocre one. So many people that were worth writing about. That's why ever since I became a servant, I've had to earn extra money by making fan fiction. I'm not an improv shinjin poet, but I'm an improv dojin. Ow! Incredible. I blinked and missed Kiara bonking Anderson in the head. No more, Anderson. Keep your vulgar activities to yourself. Being your master, people will start questioning my dignity. Hakuno, please, that's enough for today. I may be a pacifist, but a noble phantasm is still a master's trump card. I kindly ask you, don't tell others about this, okay? Yeah, but it's basically the same thing. As usual. Alright, got his noble phantasm. You can read that in a little bit. Let's just go ahead and talk to all the other characters here. You won't be able to get back items that you've sold, so be careful. It would be tragic if you accidentally sold off an item you can only get one of. Check before you sell, okay? Hey, buddy. Have you guys learned your lesson? Is that so? Then I won't drag you down. Oh my gosh. As NPCs are powerless. We complain, blaming our powerless on the moon cell, blaming our liberties in the Holy Grail War. But now we've in this debacle, we realize for the first time that we really are powerless. We can't go do that theoretically, it can't be done. We can't even try. But you're not like us. Use all the power you have until you're able to do it, until you can do it. Just kidding. Even if a normal student like me, the lowest rank of NPC says that, it won't bring an end to all of this. See ya, Haku. Hurry and get back to the Holy Grail War. Now then, that aside, let's talk about a woman. This woman was essentially a living reed, like a rice cake. She would bounce back when hit. People probably say, how tenacious. People probably saw how conviction. What conviction? People probably say, how she bounces back. She once became a boss, yet without remorse she has shut herself in the janitor's closet and now indulges in the internet. To be blunt, I'm talking about Jinako. It's nuts how her defense is 0, but she definitely has a high rank in HP. By the way, man, her abilities are below average, but she has his way of standing out. Unlike me, who's got nothing. Is there some way I can be leveraged? And finally we have... Yes, she has the same thing. I won't be like old man Gato, who was a real oddball. This normie's gonna be her normie thing. Just look over the news sites and letting the discontent leak out of me. So how about busting off the labyrinth? You may be normal, but unlike me, you're a proper pro master. Yeah, she is true. She is speaking truth. Alright, let's go into my room and read about Anderson stuff. Alright, I'm gonna check again if the scene doesn't trigger. No. I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be after we enter the labyrinth or after we get her SG1. Anyway, Saber, what's up?
エオとユリウスを失ったのは痛手ではあるが、悔やんでも始まらぬ。前を見よ、奏者よ。我らは確実に BB を追い詰めている。何せここに来てランサーの再登場だからな。手詰まり感が半端ない。だからそう思い詰めた顔をするな。そなたはどうにも抱え込みすぎる。
You're not wrong, Saber.
確かに新会長の座は重責であろう。だが一人で悩むことはない。リンもラニもサクラもいる。無論やもな。
Saber's eyes narrow, looking at me tenderly. It's as though she took notice of how considerably heavy the position of president has been weighing on my mind.
折れそうな時は世に甘えよ。マスターの悩みを抱えきれずして何がサーバンとか。遠慮はいらぬ。なぜなら世が辛い時はそなたに甘えさせてもらうのだからな。
Yeah, that is fair. Oops, sorry. Of course, I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't mind her depending on me whatsoever. so long as that delicate body of hers puts herself in harm's way for me in return. Delicate?
それでは心機一転、迷宮の攻略といこうではないか。頼むぞ、新会長。
Besides Gilgamesh, she's the one with the strongest defense, so she's not delicate at all. Alright, information matrix. Oh yeah, we still have Karna stuff going on. It's this one and that one, okay. Oh son, abide by death. Vazaki Shakti. A spirit of light that only strikes once. A spirit of mortality made of lightning. Really? Lightning? Okay. When the battle between Karna and Arjuna reached its final stages, in order to aid Arjuna, his father Indra, king of the gods, took Karna's greatest armor, his golden armor, through trickery. However, Karna's attitude at that time was so noble that Indra came to adore Karna, his son's enemy, and gave it to him in compensation for taking his armor, the power of the god of thunder, that he never let anyone but himself wield. This is what Thunder Spear said to hold the power to defeat the gods themselves. There is no record of Karna ever using it on his myth. Character background 2. This is gonna be long. The conflict of the Kauravas, for who Karna held his bow as a soldier, and the Pandavas, led by Arjuna, intensified and finally led to a war with territory on the line. The Kurukshetra war, where Karna's life came to an end. Karna continued to wield his strength for the victory of 100 Kaurava princes. Then Duryodhana. On the Pandava side, only Arjuna could oppose Karna, but even he knew facing Karna directly meant death. Though a number of conflicts, fates, and mutual hatred, the war between the two camps arrived at Kurukshetra. Having reached this point, Karna's mother, Kunti, waged one last gamble, revealed Karna's lineage to him, and draw him to the Pandavas' camp. Kunti confided in Krishna, a friend of Arjuna, in the guise of an attendant, and the two went to meet with Karna. Kunti revealed herself as Karna's mother, speaking in tears about fighting with his blood brothers was futile, and by fighting alongside Arjuna, he would attain glory. Karna made sure to thank his arch-enemy Arjuna's friends, Krishna, and calmly listened to his mother's arguments. Afterwards, I understand your words, to join hands with my brothers and return to my proper form. It is a story filled with light, although without a single fault. Then, facing the rejoiced Kunti, Karna continued speaking in an even softer tone. But I wish for you to answer me one thing. Do you not feel these words of yours were too late? Yeah, kind of too late now. Now that Karna's powerful and on the other person's side you want to talk to him? Yeah. She was too late in declaring herself as his mother. She was too late in looking back on Karna. If you do not feel ashamed, then please answer. If you, who call yourself my mother, have done no wrong, then accept the past without shame. While Kunti was a selfish woman, it came from her innocence and naivete. She was most definitely not a shameless woman. She knew what she had done. Abandoning a newborn Karna for her own sake was completely selfish, and she felt remorse for it. That's why she had some degree of pride. She did not let Karna, who grew up alone until now, and who was grateful for his foster family, and not once brought himself to hate another. Such a horrible lie. Without giving an answer, Kunti broke off the negotiations. As she was taking her leave, Karna said, "It is a fraudulent, selfish love. The only one that love can save is yourself. That love is directed at no one but yourself. However, I shall answer these feelings. I will not kill the brothers who cannot best me in battle. I will only give the fullest against my arch enemy, Arjuna." Karna swore not to lay a hand on the brothers who were inferior to him in strength. The countless times afterwards that Karna spared the 5 brothers were to his oath. "Return to the place you obtained your own hands, though it was only once. I am grateful that you called me your son." Karna opened the gates and escorted Kunti out, and was the love Karna bore for his mother, Kunti. Not love for his mother at his late hour, but Kunti's resolution to appeal with her feelings as a mother, even if it wasn't genuine. That is what he answered. Kunti ran the risk of her past coming to light. To the hero of charity, Karna, such determination was worthy of compensation. And so it was just before the final battle. Arjuna's father, the thunder god Indra, realized that Karna could not be persuaded, so he took the form of a Brahmin. And to make contact with Karna, he took his golden armor. Though Karna had lost the invulnerability given to his father by his father, Surya, he still refused to relent from battle. He cared not with the loss of his golden armor, and he hastened his own death. Struck by Karna's resolution, Indra asked why. Why would he continue to fight with the loss of his armor, yet without blaming Indra, who hatched his scheme out of love for Arjuna? There is no need to hate you. It was simply a matter of being the one step ahead. In fact, yes, though a god, you're also a father. Such a thing brings me joy. Then why continue on the battlefield? Asked Indra. To me, defeat is bringing shame upon my father. Even if death awaits me, I cannot run away. After all, that was his reason for living. So to Karna, who lived his life with pride in those who gave him life and raised him, his life was now not his own. Besides, I owe Duryodhana a debt. For some reason, that audacious yet timid man is so bright to me. It may be blasphemy against my father, but at times I feel the light of that light of his is the warmth of the sun. It wasn't the fire of the sun that Karna carried, nor the absolute brilliance of Surya. To Karna, that sun was the imperfect charm of a human displayed. Indra, seeing in him the divinity of Surya himself, gave Karna his spear. He had taken from his noble hero something greater than his life. Unless he gave something as compensation, his honor would be stained, and above all, he was charmed by him. It was this man, he could wield the mightiest spear that Indra hadn't given even to his own son. Karna left the Brahmin, having lost his armor, flesh, and headed off to the battlefield, thin as a ghost. To his final battle with Arjuna, Karna was already without allies, his trusted charioteer was already an enemy, in collusion with the Pandavas. Numerous burdens filling his younger half-brothers. From a curse, the wheel of Karna's chariot was struck. The string of Arjuna's bow was drawn to its limit. The brothers, long since bound by an unseen fate to vie for supremacy, could only in this moment strike one another with all their might. And sure enough, Arjuna's bow shot down the sun. After death, Karna is said to have unified with his father, Surya. He was the hero of charity, a saint whose creed was not to refuse people who asked to rely on him. A hero who, while extraordinarily capable, was tragically enemies with his blood brothers, cast with various curses, and lost his life without showing his true worth. That is Karna. As a side note, whenever or not Arjuna knew that Karna was his older brother is uncertain. It seems the only people who knew that Karna was Kunti's son were Karna, Kunti, Krishna, and the sun god Surya. Holy hell, that was a thing and a half. BB. Future Staff of Domination. BB's pointy stick. A device enabling full use of advanced AI's authority. There are restrictions to the far side of the moon, but with this, BB can alter the spiritual and game rule laws of the setup. The 10 crowns, Domina Coronam, worn by the Beast of Babylon, pay attention to this name, it's called, probably come up later, in the form of a teacher's cane. This stems from the theory that the 7-headed beast is male instead of female. Its true nature is that of a phallus, an erect rod. Very subtle there, game. A symbol of the king and the world, granted power and authority of the great dragon, and for a period of 42 months, spat as many arrogant words as they desired, and received the right to desecrate all things. The beast said that the 7 hills of the Roman Empire, Capitulum, Palatium, Aventinus, Esquilionus, Caelinus, Quirinalis, Viminalis, in other words, symbolize the Roman Empire itself. And the 10 horns were symbols of Augustus, Tiberius, Caligula, Claudius, Nero, Vespasianus, Titus, Galba, Otto, and Vitellius, those emperors. Yeah, one of these names may seem familiar. That's why Saber had such a viscerous reaction when seeing people use that skill. Aurea Ponculus EX Golden Grail. The golden cup that BB possesses is the Holy Grail, one that grants the holders audacious, selfish desires. The cup of Babylon the Great, the Whore of Babylon, from the Apocalypse of John, Book of Revelation, is a fake Holy Grail, but because it is a fake, it has then become a real Holy Grail, granting the desires of humans regardless of right or wrong. Christians of the day, holding honorable poverty as virtue, saw the cup made things like gold, the symbol of fortune, and suddenly considered the definition of wealth, greed, and vanity to decorate themselves. Though it's clear the cup held by Babylon the Great personified the Roman emperors, it symbolized the wealth of the earth, the version of Christ's words. Lay not upon yourselves treasure upon earth. I saw a woman sit atop a scarlet-colored beast, whose name of blasphemy, who full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. In Apocalypse, a description of the beast of destruction, it appeared in the holy city, and the woman sitting on it. A giant beast with 7 heads, like the Hydra, appeared in the sea that landed in the holy city. This beast and woman were one, and it was impossible to think of them as separate. It is said that this woman was born from all evil, and those quick to anger or are greedy cannot resist her temptations and are corrupted by the Grail. As a side note, it is said that after her death, the Red Saber who claimed the title of Emperor was seen by her believers as to be on par with this beast. And that is our Saber. Obviously, Red Saber is our Saber. So yeah, that is something to note. Self-modification in X. A skill to remodel oneself. AIs created by the Moon Cell have the absolute directive, improving your functionality is not allowed. However, BB released from that restriction due to her breaking down, began to expand her own functions, to boost her computational ability, give into black noise, prey on dismantle NPCs, AIs, and servants, to use them as their own memory. While these add-ons won't save her from self-destruction, this turned BB into a super AI with enormous capacity. Her condition is like a city without continuing to be built, and is sinking, or Frankenstein's monster. And finally, Anderson. Machen means Lebens, a story just for you. An unpublished manuscript of Anderson's autobiography, A Fairy Tale of My Life. To Anderson, who said the majority of what I write are a projection of myself, the fairy tale of my life is the records of Anderson's way of life, which he compiled as the supreme annotations of all his works. To put it another way, it serves as a core manuscript, or on behalf of Anderson's other self, alter ego. Though to a writer, everything they write is another self. Every individual page in this book makes the mana provided by people who love the author known as Anderson, taking the shape of Anderson the reader sees, and can take action by becoming that other self. But that is not the true worth of this noble phantasm. Just as a writer produces a story by wiping the book clean and starting over from scratch, it became possible to raise a single person to a single main character. The effect the degree grows increases the further the manuscript progresses. With only several pages, only a few coincidences may occur, but with all the pages, even in the event of a manuscript is completed, the subject will gain their greatest form, just as they have imagined. At a glance, it may look like an omnipotent and global phantasm, but Anderson's deep-rooted, gloomy philosophy, there is no finale that brings happiness to humans besides death, resigned that there is no way everything turns out well. The author prided will not permit convenient developments, won't allow someone to attain their ideal form so easily. Of course, the quality of the story also depends on Anderson's motivation, especially it's impossible to attain that person's ultimate form without a subject that ignites considerable passion in him. And a blank page, which is fitting for his noble phantasm. Alright, that's pretty much everything here. Whew, that was a lot. That sure was a lot. Anyways, that's gonna be it for now. Next time we're gonna go into Labyrinth and get Elizabeth SG1, and pretty much that's all there is gonna be to it. Alright everyone, that's gonna be it for me. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for more Fate Extra CCC. Ciao.